absolute losers. Okay, absolute losers. We were the last to get picked on sports teams, and we also vowed with each other. We said, you know, let's shake on it. We're never going to talk to girls for the rest of our lives, right? And you know, that's how cool we were. And we went to what they call in Australia year 8 camp, so high school camp. And Kevin and I shared the same cabin, obviously, because no one wanted to hang out with us, which is fine. So Kevin and I were in this cabin, and I remember unpacking and everything that night, the first night at year 8 camp. And then as I looked up, I'm like, where the hell is Kevin? Where is he? And I looked for Kevin everywhere, and I could not find him. So I started to panic. I'm like, my only friend, what am I going to do? So I started walking around the campgrounds, and I finally got up to the fire pit. And as I looked up at the fire pit, what I saw in front of me made me so damn angry. Do you know what I saw? Kevin was playing the ukulele, talking to girls. Yeah, no, not a mistake, plural. I said girls. He was talking to girls and he was laughing, having a good time. I saw this. He saw me. He looked me in the eyes. I looked him in the eyes and I went, and I walked off back to the bloody cabin. Did not talk to him all night. He chases after me. I'm like, oh, it's too late. We bloody shook on that, Kevin. We said, we're never talking to girls. You've ruined this friendship. So I went back to the cabin. I went to sleep, pretended to pull the cover over my eyes, and I gradually fell asleep. And then I woke up the next day. And then I opened the covers. Kevin wasn't there. Yeah, just as I expected. I thought, yeah, that's great. I've lost my friend forever. Probably going to walk out. He's probably already married and has kids. So I'm looking for Kevin again with the little bit of hope in my heart still that he's not cool. And then I go into the cafeteria. And then what I saw shocked me again. Kevin was sitting by himself. And this puzzled me for my entire childhood. I kind of think back to this memory and I'm like, what the hell was that? One night you're the most confident person, the next day you're back to being a loser? What on earth happened? And for the longest time in my life, I could not understand what that was about. And then when I was in my early 20s and developed a frontal lobe, I started to understand what was happening. You see, what was happening was something known as contextual confidence. Contextual confidence. That's what was going on, okay? Let me explain. The night before during the campfire, when Kevin was playing the ukulele, in that context, he was confident. Why? Because he was masterful with the ukulele. Damn it, that guy was good with the ukulele. He was so good at playing the ukulele, playing all these beautiful songs. He bloody played Somewhere Over the Rainbow. Girls loved it. And the thing is, in that context, because he mastered the ukulele, he was confident. But the next morning, when he didn't have the ukulele, in this context, in the cafeteria, he wasn't confident. So that's when I learned the idea of contextual confidence. And you see, I was contextually confident too. I'm just going to show you something. Let me just jump off screen for a second. Sorry about that. Very unprofessional of me. But you see, I was contextually confident when I had this. When I had a packet of cards with me, oh man, during university, not saying, again, it seems like I'm bragging a lot in this call. It's kind of disgusting, isn't it? But when I was in university, if I had a packet of cards, I could walk up to the prettiest girl and talk to her, no problems. And then I remember this one day, I had my backpack. I'm sure, I was like, oh, I'm going to go talk to my friends. And then I reached for a packet of cards. I forgot to bring them. I had a full-blown panic attack. I couldn't talk to anyone. And that's when I realized that I was contextually confident when I had my cards. I was only confident when I had these. And this gave me the greatest unlock, one of the greatest unlocks in communication. So if you think about this, if you start to improve your communication skills, if you start to improve the way you use your voice, if you start to improve the way you use your body, if you start to improve the way you storytell, if you improve your ability to use analogies, metaphors, and similes, your ability to actively listen, can you leave these skills at home? Can you? Can you leave your voice? Can you leave your body language at home? Can you leave your ability to storytell at home? Can you leave any of these abilities at home? No. Now, do you see where I'm going with this? When I uncovered this, I went, people want to be confident, but they don't realize one of the main keys to more confidence is you've got to master your communication skills. Why? Because if you master your communication skills, you now become contextually confident in every single area of your life. When I remember sitting there in a room going, oh my goodness, you're a genius. No one talks about this. People say, oh, you want to be more confident? Go bungee jumping, Vin. What the hell? That's not going to make me more confident. That might bloody kill me. Oh, Vin, if you want to be more confident, just go up to a random person and talk to them. Build your confidence. Sure, these are ways to, but there is no greater method to build confidence than working on your communication ability, because you can't leave that mastery at home. It goes with you everywhere you go for the remainder of your life. So the reality is, the sooner you master this skill in your life, the longer it's going to serve you. No longer are we going to allow a lack of communication skills to hold us back. My friends, you've got 3 of the most powerful keys to move you forward. You've also got one of the most unbelievable unlocks when it comes to self-confidence that most people never connect. So they try all these random things to improve their confidence, and they end up getting nowhere. You know, if you're still here with me now, I know you're really serious about this, right? And there's so many of you still here with me, so thank you. And now let's engage more about the future, okay? Let's think about the future a little more. Just imagine for a second, you're able to walk into any room. You can walk into any room, and because you're oh gosh, hit my glasses out. And because you're contextually confident, I get a little bit too passionate. Just breathe, Vin. Imagine you can walk into any room. You can walk into any room, and because you're contextually confident in that situation, you can communicate to any single person you want. A networking function. There's someone really influential there. You can walk in, you can connect to them, shake their hand, confidently connect with them, build rapport, and immediately be able to develop a meaningful relationship. Imagine you're able to walk into a job interview. Imagine this. You walk into a job interview, you're just such a brilliant communicator that you build, again, instant rapport with them. And then when you walk out of that job interview, you're quietly confident, but you're like, yeah, I got the job. Imagine you're able to sit around a dinner table and connect more deeply with your friends. Develop those relationships. Have tough conversations when you need to. Navigate them. No longer be misunderstood. I just want you to know that that's all possible, because the way you communicate, it's just a series of behaviors. And as you learn what the optimal behaviors are, everything changes. You no longer see roadblocks. You just see an obstacle that you move past. Nothing is a roadblock anymore. Everything is just an obstacle that you can just kind of bend and move over. It's like what Bruce Lee says, be water, right? You know, I know what the development journey is like. I know what it's like when you're going on your communication skills journey. I know. Do you know how I know what you do? Because I'm once you. I was once you. Let me tell you what happens when we want to improve our communication skills, okay? Let me tell you what we all do. This is what I do, and I bet you do this too. And tell me in the chat if you can relate. Tell me in the chat if you can relate. So when you're trying to improve your communication skills, one day all of a sudden, actually back to me, one day all of a sudden you wake up and you go, oh, damn it, I need to work on my communication skills. Every now and then during the year, this pops up. So you think, okay, I need to work on my communication skills. What's the first thing you do? You go, oh, I'm going to Google it. How do I improve my communication skills? And then you go, okay, you get 5.6 million pages and you kind of go, ooh, that's a little bit much. Nah, let's go to YouTube. Hell yeah, let's go to YouTube. Let's find someone who's read all of the paperwork and then they've summarized it all for me in about 3 seconds. So then you go to YouTube and then you click it and then you go, okay, so there's about 4.6 million YouTube videos. Okay, Vince got a video there, but then you click it and then you watch it and you kind of go, I'm still confused though. I'm feeling a bit overwhelmed now. So what do you do next? You go, you don't end up applying anything. Nothing changes. And then do you know what you do? You go and watch Game of Thrones. Yeah, you watch Game of Thrones. You go, oh, it's all good. I'm going to go watch Game of Thrones. And then do you know what happens? God, this is the truth. And I know it because I've done it. And then 3 months later, you forget about it all. And you finish Game of Thrones. And you're like, oh, that was good. That was a good game. That was a good show. And then after that, you go, oh, crap, I need to improve my communication skills. So you quickly go to Google again. You go, oh, yeah, no, not Google. That's too complicated. Let's look for someone who's read all the work on YouTube, distilled it all for us, and then gives it to us in 3 minutes. And then you click the videos and you go, yeah, I kind of watch some of these again. I'm watching them on repeat. What the hell's going on? Then you feel confused and you feel overwhelmed. And then after that, you go, you know what? Nah, stuff it. I'm not going to apply anything. It's too damn hard. And then what do you do now? You put on Lord of the Rings. Of course you do, because Lord of the Rings is a classic we must watch at least 10 times in this life. I mean, at least 10 times. This is what I call the spiral of death. We all get stuck in this. And then every year becomes a repeat of the last. Some of you who are younger, you may look at the chat before and you see people who said, I've let communication skills impact me for the last 20 years. And you think, how could that be possible? It's possible because of that spiral. During the year, we get motivated and we try to improve. and then we procrastinate. It's too hard, get overwhelmed, get confused, don't apply, watch a TV show. And that just continues and continues and continues and continues. And the longer you get stuck in that, the longer nothing changes. This is why with my stage programs, what I've done with my stage programs is I've tried to keep all of this in mind. So instead of you going round and round and round and round like this, I've created something where I'll walk you through the exact paths, how to achieve the change step by step, not going down the windy path, but how do you move forward so that you're able to create true change? So that the next time you're on one of these calls with somebody else or me, when people go, how long has it held you back for? You said, not anymore. My life has completely changed. I want to share with you my stage programs. So many people who follow me have no idea what I do. So I want to share with you what I do exactly. So at the end, you can decide if being together with me on this journey is the right thing for you. You see, I've got quite a few stage programs. The first stage program that I have, it's known as the Stage Academy. And the Stage Academy is my online course, right? So my online course, you can learn from anywhere in the world. I've got over 120 videos on there. There's over 12 hours of content, more than 8 modules now. I need to update that slide. And I've updated that module online 4 times this year. All the updates that I put on that online course are free for all of my students moving forward. And you get lifetime access when you join it. And here's why I believe the Stage Academy is great. I run in-person workshops. I record every single in-person workshop I do. I've done hundreds of these, and I film them from multiple angles. I take all of my student examples, show you them struggling, show you exactly what behaviors they change to succeed. I take all of that and I put it inside the Stage Academy, right? And I've been doing this for years. And my goal, this is a crazy goal, but I'm going to make sure that the Stage Academy is going to be the world's greatest online course ever for communication skills. How on earth can this man make such a bold statement? Because I'm going to update this course every single damn year moving forward. As I improve my communication skills, as I learn more about this craft, I'm going to update the online course so this online course grows with you. It grows with you. It doesn't just stay there and then not change. No, it grows with you. And I want to share with you some of my students, what they said about my online course. My students have been so kind to make me this video, and I feel so humbled to be able to share it. You've completed the Stage Academy.
Awesome.
Oh my God, I can't begin to explain to you how important this course could be for you.
He just shows everything in a very fun and engaging way.
This has changed my life.
I kind of binged it because Vin was amazing.
My career is going to absolutely take off because of this.
Easily understandable.
It was amazing, an amazing experience.
And I'm already feeling more confident.
My mind has been blown.
Do it. You'll thank me later.
Fucking do it. Nothing else to it.
Oh, I love that. I remember when he sent me that made me laugh. But you see, that's the first program that I have. Now, the second program that I have is a little bit different. This one is really fun. This one's really fun. I built this one with fun in mind because learning should be fun. Gosh, when most people think about learning, they go, oh no, I've got to learn. Trust me, this is fun. The second program I have is what I call Stage Virtual. And Stage Virtual is 5 times 2-hour live sessions with me on Zoom, just like this, where you'll be learning with me with an entire cohort of people from all over the world live. And because it's live, I can break you out into breakout rooms and give you time to practice vocal mastery, practice changing the behaviors with your voice, practice storytelling, practice body language, right? It's an interactive learning experience. And if you miss a day, then it's okay. The recordings are available for all of my students. The difference between Stage Virtual and the Stage Academy is Stage Virtual is where you go to apply the knowledge. It's knowledge application. Knowledge application. And if you're concerned and you're thinking, oh no, Vin, you know, what are the dates for next year? I've already set up 8 sets of dates for Stage Virtual Masterclasses in 2024. And I'd love to share with you what some of my students have said about Stage Virtual.
I signed up for the 5-day live stage virtual masterclass. It was terrifying and thrilling.
What an incredible 5-day journey that was.
Blending magic and communication.
Life-changing.
So engaging.
So informative.
I am just a different person.
And it just shows you what is possible in a virtual environment.
And a lot of us came out laughing on the other side.
It felt like you were sitting in an auditorium with him and he could literally see you.
Everything is just really fun.
It will pay dividends for the rest of your life.
Oh, sorry. I accidentally didn't hit the on button. My bad. But you see, I'm just so blessed that my students have such kind things to say. Now, again, sorry about that little error before, but what I want to share with you is this. This is one of the most powerful things I want you to realize about these two programs, okay? The thing about these two programs is with the Stage Academy is there for you to learn. That's knowledge acquisition. But then the Stage Virtual Experience, that's where you apply the knowledge. That's knowledge application. One of the main reasons why people never achieve change with online courses or books or podcasts or YouTube videos is because they're just learning. They never actually apply the knowledge. Whereas with my Stage Virtual classes, where you join me for 5 classes, you get to practice with real people. That's where the change happens. And I've added one more thing. And this is a little crazy. I've never genuinely done this one before, but I've created something known as Stage Sessions. And Stage Sessions, it's going to be 12 Q&As that we set up in 2024. So every single month of the year, what we're going to do is we're going to meet together as a class, and you have dedicated time for Q&A with me, which ultimately means that if you join me on this journey, I'm going to be there with you every single step in 2024, every single step of the way. That means we get to spend a full year together so that I can help you amplify the best parts of who you are. And do you know why I realized that Stage Sessions were so important? It's important because I believe in this fundamental lesson, and the lesson is this. You are the direct reflection of the top 5 people you spend time with. Think about that. You are the direct reflection of the top 5 people you spend time with. So what that means is who you become in the future is dependent on who you spend time with now. And what I want to do is I want to be a part of your top 5. And I want you to be in my top 5. So all through 2024, you've got the online course to learn with me. We update that continuously. You join me live for a virtual masterclass for 5 days. And then after that, we have Q&As happening every single month. So unfortunately, you're going to be in my top 5. And here's the reality of it. I want to show you, I put all of it together. Okay, so you can see exactly what it looks like. So you see, here's the thing. With my Stage Academy, if you've joined me online, then it would cost you $997 USD. If you joined my Stage Virtual, which some people were kind enough to link it, that costs $1,299. And when my corporate clients want me to be there for their teams for the whole year round, they pay me $4,000 a person for me to be there with people to do Q&As with their cohorts. And the reason why these 3 programs are put together is because the Stage Academy, the online course, it's there for knowledge acquisition. That's for you to learn. Then the Stage Virtual is there for knowledge application. That's where you apply the things you learn. And then what is Stage Sessions? That's accountability. That's to hold you to it. That's to make sure you've got a group with people who are pushing you through, especially me. When my clients want to put through someone in the corporate world with this, they pay me over $6,000 per person to join this program. Right? But I know we're not all corporate humans here, and you don't have a corporate budget. I genuinely want to change the world with this. So I'm not going to bill you $6,000 for this. For those of you who want to join me today, I've got something really special for you all. I'm going to do it for $899 USD. That means for $899 USD, you get an online course that you get access to for life. You'll get this forever. You get it forever. And I updated it 4 times this year. I've added over 3 hours of content just this year alone with the Stage Academy. And remember, Stage Virtual, there's over 8 sets of dates. You can join me and a whole class. And then for 12 Q&A sessions next year, you'll be able to join me as you improve this skill set, which we've identified as this is one of the most highly valued skill sets in the world. You see, what I want to do now is I'm going to share with you exactly what it looks like. So I'm going to do this quick thing here. Sorry, I'm going to share my screen if you don't mind. So I'm going to share my screen. Just for those of you, I know a lot of you do want to join, so I'm just going to quickly share my screen here. So as you're all looking at this screen, have a look here. This is the screen that if you click the link that Dan shared, you'll see this. And look, this is something I've got going on just for those of you who are here with me right now. And as you go through, you can see that it's $899 USD. I just want to be really clear with this. Here's the full Stage curriculum. I'm adding to this Stage curriculum all the time. I've already added a new module. Obviously, I've got some of my students' lovely, kind words. If you'd like to read them, you can. But I'm going here because I want to share with you this. If you join the Stage Academy and you join my Stage bundle here and you don't like it, let's say, for example, you do the online course first of all, because the virtual masterclasses are next year. if you join my if you join my online course and you do less than 25% of it, and you kind of go, Vin's not really for me. I don't really like his teaching style. We'll give you your money back. Just email my team, and there's a 30-day money back guarantee. I'm just genuinely not interested in taking anybody's money where I add no value. Okay, so please understand this. And for those of you who are saying, oh, Vin, when are the dates for the masterclass again? We left it here in the FAQ section. So if you just click that, it will take you to a page where you'll see the dates for every single virtual masterclass. It's 5 days consecutively. This shows you the time for the first day. Okay, and it converts it to your time zone there too, just to keep things really, really simple and straightforward. Then again, you say, well, Vin, again, can you tell me the difference between the Stage Academy and the Stage Virtual Masterclass? Yeah, look, the Stage Academy, that's an online course. You can learn from anywhere, anytime. That course gets updated all the time. The Stage Virtual Class, that's a live experience where you've got to join me on Zoom. You've got to switch on your cameras, switch on your mics, and we practice the things we learn in the Stage Academy. Again, knowledge acquisition, knowledge application. This is where the real change happens. And then number 3, Vin, what if I miss a day of the Stage Virtual Masterclass? Don't stress. We upload the recording to it 2 to 3 hours after each class. And then some people will ask, Vin, do I need to finish the whole online Stage Academy before I join Stage Virtual? No, you don't. Even if you just did module 1, that's enough. You can join the virtual masterclass. And then Vin, how long do I get access to the Stage Academy for? It's lifetime access. And I continually update this every year. This year, again, I've told you, I've added 3 hours of content. And I've just got some testimonials down here if you want to read and get the clarity between these two. Okay, I'm going to jump back to the other screen. As I hop and skip back over here, and I need to click stop screen share. Stop screen share, boom. Okay. We're back, here we go. We are back. Let me just kind of click this. I'm just trying to see the lovely comments. There you go. Okay, now that you know, I've kind of pieced it all together. And it's taken me years to work out how to piece this together, because I used to just think, oh, an online course could change your life. No, it doesn't. It's all 3 of these things combined: knowledge acquisition, knowledge application, accountability. And when you take these through these things, everything changes. And you know what I'm really excited about too? For all of you who do join, and I know Dan's already writing down the name, people are joining already, so thank you. I can't wait to meet you all next year. But here's the thing. What I'm going to do for some of those Q&A sessions we've got planned for the year is I'm going to find the world's best vocal coaches. I'm going to find the world's best storytellers. I'm going to find people who are better than me, and I'm going to bring them into those Q&A sessions. So I can interview them. You can ask questions as if you're a part of my community, and we're going to find the world's best, bring them into the Stage program, and we're going to learn from them. So it's not just going to be me, right? That's the part I'm the most excited about, because there's already a couple of vocal coaches that I'm super excited about bringing on who help you improve the quality of the sound of your voice. One of my coaching vocal coaches, I'm going to bring them on too. So I can't wait. I can't wait for them. You know, as you can tell, I'm getting all giddy. I absolutely love this. But I have to acknowledge something here. I have to say something here, because I remember what I was like too. When I was early on in my journey, let me ask you all a question in the chat, if you can tell me. What is the cost of a mobile phone? How much does your phone cost? How much is in the chat, please? Tell me how much does a phone cost? Okay, Ghiang says about 1,000. Some people say about 1,500. You've got euros and all these different prices, USD. I mean, let's just agree that a phone costs about $1,500. Okay. Or you know what? Let's just say 1,000 USD. Let's say it costs 1,000 USD. Okay. Now, is that the true cost of a phone? No, that's not the true cost of a phone. Do you know what the true cost of a phone is? The true cost of a phone is the hundreds and thousands of hours that you spend scrolling on your phone. The true cost of a phone is all the meaningful conversations you could be having with your friends and your family. The true cost of a phone is the books you could have read, the courses you could have done. That's the true cost of a phone. The true cost of a phone is maybe that side hustle you could have started, that passion business you could have started. That's the true cost of a phone. But in the world today, I believe that we're not able to see the true cost anymore. Most people can't see the true cost. So if you price those things that I just mentioned to do with the phone, what would you price it at? Is it 100,000? Is it 10,000? Is it $1 million? For every single one of you, the true cost of a phone is going to be different. But I dare say the true cost of a phone for some of you is in the millions of dollars. And I want to ask you the same thing. What do you think the true cost of you not being able to communicate is? What do you think the true cost is? The true cost of you not being able to communicate is you continue to be misunderstood. You continue not to develop the confidence that you know you can. You continue to walk into a room and people don't listen to the things you have to say. Or when you speak up, no one listens. The true cost of not improving your communication skills is not having influence, is not being able to deepen the connections with the people that we love. That's the true cost, and so many more things. So many of you typed the true cost of not being able to communicate. Now what number would you put on that? What is it, 1 million? Is it 2 million? Is it 10 million? Is it 100? No. It's not a number. It's not a number. The true cost of you not being able to communicate is not a number, because the true cost of you not being able to communicate is your potential. Is all the potential that you have inside. My friends, often when I was younger, I used to look at investing in myself, in learning. And I can tell you rather transparently, I would look at a program that may be $100 and I'd go, no, too expensive, not doing it. But that was because I didn't truly see the cost. I didn't see the true cost of me not learning that skill. I wasn't able to see the true cost of not doing it. And then as a result, I delayed my growth. You see, I tried to make this as safe as possible for you. If you do join this and it's not right for you, you email my team and we'll give you your money back. And oh, Dan, that's so cool. Dan's just sending through. These are some of the people who joined. If you see your name, hey, if you joined, leave a fire emoji. I'd love to see if you joined, leave a fire emoji so we can see you. Oh, you put chat. Okay, well, thank you to Sven. Thank you to Edwina. Thank you to Eric. Thank you to Chan, Kayla as well. Tima, thank you for joining. Hey, I'm so excited to meet you all next year in 2024. But look, I know some of you are still thinking about this and you're thinking, okay, Vin, well, can you tell us a little bit about the stage programs? Well, look, I'd love to. I'd love to give you a bit of an insight into what's going on inside the stage program. You see, in module 1 of what I teach, I share with you my talk that I get $100,000 to do. And the reason why I share this $100,000 keynote with you is because we live in a world now where there are so many people who teach things who don't actually practice what they teach. There are people who tell you to do things, but they don't do the very thing they tell you to do. So I wanted to let you know straight away in that module, I want to share with you the keynote so you can make sure that I'm not just talking the talk, but I walk the talk, that the proof is in the pudding. That I do the very things I teach you to do. I'm not someone who just teaches, I'm a practitioner. And I have that as module 1, so you feel certain and you have confidence in your coach and you have confidence in your teacher. I'm not just a coach, I'm a practitioner of this craft. And I want that for you in module 1, right? Again, I believe in the world we live in today, we must always do our due diligence because, face it, there are a lot of charlatans and that's you doing your due diligence. Module 2, we go into the basics. And the basics, we go deeper into the universal laws. We work out what are all the key things that stop us from starting the journey. We remove all of those barriers so we can set a really strong and powerful foundation so that you can move forward with speed. Otherwise, if you don't start to understand the universal laws, there are so many psychological blocks that hold us back from learning. So in that, we clear the way so we can move forward and improve skill with a little speed. Not too quick, but also not damn slowly. Module 3. In Module 3, we talk, oh, I love this topic. In Module 3, we talk about vocal mastery. Vocal mastery. In the world we live in today, most people just focus on the way they look. They don't think about their voice. So we deep dive into vocal mastery, and I'm going to use a metaphor with you, and I love this clip I'm about to share with you. You've already heard me say, your voice is an instrument. When I look at people now, and when I look at people use their voice, I either see people who are masterful and use their voice well, or I see people who are a little bit newbie. So I'm going to show you a newbie piano player, and we'll contrast that with a piano player who's elite. Watch the difference and see if you can feel the difference. Here we go. Watch this. Oh, I love this. I love this. And again, not bad, not bad. But then when you see great communicators and you see great musicians and they do this, this example. I love this example so much because I see myself in that. I see the way I used to communicate before, and I see myself now, and I go, gosh, I wish I learned this earlier. And I know that was a music example. So I'm going to show you an example now of my students, right? One of my students here, in this vocal mastery module, there are 5 core foundations that you learn with your voice. This is my student just changing one. So you're going to see a before and after. Okay, so watch the before. He doesn't really engage in his foundations. And then watch as he applies just one foundation. See if you can feel the difference. Here we go.
The world ain't all sunshine and rainbows. It's a very mean and nasty world. I don't care how tough you are. You'll beat you to your knees and keep you there permanently if you let it. You, me, or nobody is going to get hit as hard as life. It ain't about how hard you're hit. It's about how hard you get hit and keep moving forward. How much you can take and keep moving forward. That's how winning is done. Now, if you know what you're worth, then go out and get what you are worth. But you got to be willing to take the hits and not pointing fingers saying you ain't where you want to be because of him or her or anybody. Cowards do that. And that ain't you. You're better than that. The world ain't all sunshine and rainbows. It's a very mean place and nasty place. And I don't care how tough you are. You'll beat you to your knees and keep you there permanently if you let it. You, me, nobody's gonna get hit as hard as life. But it ain't about how hard you're hit.
Give me some quiet now.
It's about how hard you get hit and keep moving forward. How much you can take and keep moving forward. That's how winning is done. Now, if you know what you're worth, then go out and get what you're worth.
Yeah.
But you got to be willing to take the hits and not pointing fingers saying that you ain't where you want to be because of him or her or not anybody. Cowards do that. And that ain't you. You are better than that.
Oh, I love that example. Rocky, so many of you got it in the chat. Well bloody done. It was Rocky, yes. But you see, that's vocal mastery. Just with that module alone, module 3, it can completely transform how you come across. That's just one foundation in one module. Gosh, I love that example. People don't think about the voice. They don't. They're more concerned about what belt can I buy? What shirt can I buy? What watch or shoes can I buy? No one thinks about vocal mastery. You have this, you have a competitive advantage in life. Next one is called vocal archetypes. And vocal archetypes, these are the different characters that exist in your voice. Most people never learn this. Therefore, they come across a little bit, sometimes some people do come across a little bit boring, used to be me, because I never understood the concept of vocal archetypes. How there are different characters within me that I can switch between to be able to become more playful, but at the same time, make myself more effective. Number 5. Oh, this is a very powerful one. Module 5 is storytelling. Okay, this part's gonna freak you out. This is gonna freak you out. Storytelling is one of the most powerful skills in the world to learn. I'm gonna prove it to you right now. I've got a couple of questions to ask you. If you've been here since the beginning, at the start, I told you a story, and you're gonna be shocked you remember this. How many months did I have left in my university degree? How many months did I have left? How many months? Yes, look at the people typing 6. No, look at how many people got it wrong. That's the power of effective storytelling. It becomes sticky. Next question I have for you. When I was in the lounge room, which room did my parents walk into? I was in the lounge room. Yes! Which room was it? Look how many people got this correct. Okay, next thing I'm gonna say, I said these things once. I'm gonna ask you one more thing. When I said to, my dad said to me, jump as high as you can, I'll forever be your net. You see, one of the main reasons why the influencers you follow have so much influence over you is because they storytell to you. And when they storytell to you effectively, and when they can do it with the right formula, what happens is the information they share with you becomes sticky. And once it becomes sticky, do you know what that means? That means they take up more hard drive space in your head. And the more memory they take up in your head, the closer you feel to them, which means the more influence these influencers have. So in storytelling, we deep dive into this. And I actually lived in Southern California for a while, and I wanted to learn storytelling from the best in the world. And I got a chance to learn storytelling from someone named Brian Grazer. And some of you probably don't know who Brian is, but Brian's one of the biggest movie producers in the world. His movies have netted over $1 billion. And these are some of the movies he's produced. Incredible man there. And I want you to watch how well Brian's story tells, okay? This is a clip of me and Brian on stage. Watch Brian here's storytelling. He is incredible, incredible.
O2.
Look, let's have a bit of let's have a little bit of fun. I just want to rapid fire some questions at you. Oh. You've done amazing. Okay. First question, Brian, your biggest movie failure.
Okay, on Apollo 13, we're going to the Oscars.
Yes.
And everyone says, you're going to win the Oscar. You're going to win, you're going to win, you're going to win. I'm thinking we're going to win. I'm sitting at the aisle right here, 5 rows from Sidney Poitier, who's got the envelope in his hand. Oh. Literally. Right next to me is Ron Howard, then Jim Lovell, then Tom Hanks. And what happens is, I'm thinking we're going to win because everybody told us we're going to win. I got my speech right there.
Oh, no.
And as Sidney Poitier opens the envelope, I see him pull it out. And he's got a bee rolling off his lip, almost imperceptible. So when I see the bee, I get up.
Oh no!
To win the Oscar.
Oh, that's so bad.
And as I approach, they say Braveheart.
Oh.
And so I just about crawl back to my seat. I'm so embarrassed. I mean, I was so embarrassed. I was so embarrassed that I actually, everything is going in slow motion. I see one of my friends that ran a different studio, puts a big L like loser on his, he did that on his, he literally did.
That's someone you unfriend from Facebook for sure.
So then, that was not good. So then I sit down, I'm so embarrassed because the camera was on me the entire time.
Oh.
And I got the L in my mind, everything's going down, it's bad. I look over, Jim Lovell grabs my wrist like this and he goes, I never made it to the moon either.
Oh.
And I thought, I put it in perspective. So that was a huge bummer.
Wow, that's that is.
Yeah, that's better than talking about the flops, man.
Yeah. Oh, you should have just pretended you were going to the toilet. He was like, no, I'm just going to the toilet. What the hell? He was, Brian.
I should have known you.
Well,
I would have had the idea.
We could have totally segued.
I know.
And you could have just went, no, the bathroom. Yeah.
All right, I'll go faster on the next one. Okay.
I love that one, though.
All right, okay.
That's a massive failure, for sure. No, I feel like it is. Oh, gosh, I probably should have said that. And maybe I am part vampire, to some people who are saying it in the chat. Hey, that's storytelling. So again, I try to learn from the best in the world. I take these lessons and I will put them inside the Stage Academy. Again, my goal is to make the Stage Academy the best online course for communication skills ever. Next, module 6. When it comes to module 6, we deep dive into body language, okay? Body language. I think this is a critical component, absolutely critical. And I'm going to show you something really funny inside the Stage Academy, okay? We look at all the different behavioral traits for body language to be able to create influence. Now, let me ask you this, or let me tell you this. As a keynote speaker, as a professional speaker, the greatest form of accolade you could give me is a standing ovation in audience, right? And for the longest time in my career, I couldn't get a standing ovation, and I couldn't understand why. So I used to ask my theater coaches, how come I'm not getting a standing ovation? Why? I mean, I've been doing this forever. Why don't I get it? And they kind of said, because you're not using your body language well. Watch what I do with my hands at the end of my presentation. Watch my hands carefully. Good luck. Thank you very much indeed. Thank you, my friends. I appreciate you all. Thank you very much. Oh, watch my hands again. Don't take your eyes off it. Oh, don't take your eyes off this. Watch really carefully. Did you see it? Did you? I kind of went like this. So in the program, what we do is we dissect body language, and the reason why I did it is this: as I do this, right? As I look up and I bow, I lock eyes with the front person, and then I lift up like this, and then the person in the front row kind of goes, oh, I don't know what's happening. And then the reason you do it with the person in the front row is so that every single person behind them kind of sees it and goes, just give it to him. Just give. It's the most fraudulent thing in the world. But the point that I'm trying to make here is, I've learned how to use body language to better influence a room filled with 3,500, 5,000 people. Imagine you start to learn body language and apply it to your everyday life. Imagine the influence and the impact that you're going to have. Module 8. Oh, sorry, module 7. I got a little bit excited. Module 7 is all about AMS. A-M-S. This is where I teach you how to use analogies, metaphors, and similes. Learning how to use analogies, metaphors, and similes are absolutely critical. This is how you create more engaging conversations. Otherwise, sometimes when we don't use analogies, metaphors, and similes, our conversations can get a little stale. Module 8. Now, Module 8, when it comes to Module 8, this is all about active listening. Active listening. I really believe we live in a world now where when most people are with us, they're not actually listening to us. They're just waiting for their turn to talk. So when you truly learn how to actively listen, you can make people feel a sense of connection with you. You can make people feel understood. You can make people feel seen, and you can make people feel heard. You can do these 4 things combined. It makes people feel extremely valued. It's one of the greatest things we can do as communicators. It's not just about talking, it's also about listening. So we deep dive into this. I've got real conversations with students that I've recorded, and I use them as examples to play by play teach you exactly how to actively listen in a very masterful way. So I use a lot of examples, in-person examples. I don't kind of just stand there and talk to you in the course. We've got example after example after example. I've spent hundreds of thousands of dollars recording every single one of my workshops for this specific purpose, right? Module 9. Module 9 is how to deal with nerves. This is the big one. Often your nerves are holding you back. Often, and a classic example of this is going to job interviews. Often a lot of people, when they go to job interviews, they're good, right? They're good at the job, but because they're so nervous, they go in, the nerves cause them to fall apart in the interview. So we also talk about nerves and how to deal and manage with nerves, right? Module 10. Now, with Module 10, we deep dive into confidence. We peel it back and we go, okay, sure, we understand contextual confidence now, Vin, but how do we go further? How do we go further into confidence? What else can we do with confidence? And I'll share with you pragmatic strategies on how you can become more confident. Literally just 2 weeks ago, for those of you who've joined, you'll see an update that I just did 2 weeks ago, late November. I've added another 1.5 hours and a whole new module to the Stage Academy. So that's my commitment to you. And I've got a quick thing I want to share with you here. And it's a quote that I really love. And I'll share with you why I love it. Don't be so attached to who you are in the present that you don't give the future version of you a chance. Right? Don't be so attached to who you are in the present that you don't give the future version of you a chance. You know, I used to be trapped thinking that, oh, sure, I can never change. Nothing is going to change for me. I'm stuck the way I am. I didn't understand that, again, communication is just a series of behaviors. I've learned as many of these different behaviors as I could. I've put them inside the Stage Academy so you can learn them too. And you see, I know that I can see it. We've got people here as well who are feeling upset because they're not able to join. Look, I understand that some of you are not able to join me on this journey. That's why I've made a commitment. So I create content every single day. I post out free content on every single platform. I'm not leaving you behind. My commitment to my team, as I say to my team, I want to change the world with this, guys. Every single day, we post out one piece of content on every single platform. I'm not leaving you behind. Don't be upset. Don't be angry. I still think of you. And I want to share with you this quick example before we go to Q&A, and then we're going to give away all the different things. Actually, you know what, Dan? Let's do the giveaway now. Let's do the giveaway now. All right. First of all, we're gonna drop the link for the self-awareness doc, if you can, Dan. So we're gonna pause the chat and we're gonna drop the link for the self-awareness doc. Please get it from here. We don't give it away outside of this. Outside of this, we charge $100 for it. So please, we're leaving this link here for you. Feel free to share it. We'll disable the link very shortly. So please, Dan's left that link. That's for the self-awareness doc. That everyone gets that. Everyone gets that. You can download it. Trust me, you're going to find your non-functional behaviors. The 3 winners. We've got 3 winners we're going to reveal. So Dan, let's bring it through. These are the 3 winners who get the Stage Academy course, the online course. Okay, so 3 winners. If you see your name here, I'm going to call them out. Veronica Ocampo. Hopefully I'm saying that correctly. Then we've got Benjamin Anderson. And then we've got Kajul Gupta. So these are the 3 winners. Congratulations. We'll unlock the chat. Let's share with them some love. You know, that's a That's a big congratulations to you three. Thank you for sticking around. And I'm really excited to have you in the Stage Academy. And also to all the people who have joined. We're seeing emails come through like crazy. People are joining left, right, and center. And look at the love. Look at the love that we're seeing in the chat. You know, this is what I really love. I love that even though for many of you, you didn't win, you're still celebrating with others and you're cheering them on. And I think that's what the world's missing. I think that's what the world's missing. And I love that we've got such a beautiful group of humans here. Good on you. Good on you for leaning in like that. I'll share with you this one more thing, because the most common question I get from my students is they say to me, they go, Vin, how long is it going to take for me to improve? How long is it going to take? And is it even possible? It seems really hard. I've got to learn all these behavioral things. Let me show you an example. This is one of my students. Her name is Rachel. This is Rachel when she first came to me. Watch this video. It's when she first came to me.
I have a job that I love and a fulfilling work. I really have found that I'm giving back to the world. And I'm so thankful that I took that step. And now that $75 seems pretty well spent.
Punchline. Oh, no, yeah, good. And the punchline was the shoes, what, your life?
Oh, the shoes changed my life.
No, the shoes saved your life. Yeah. Boom, big round of applause again. That was great. I love this. She was so brave. She was so brave. She was so scared, but she was so brave and courageous. And then, you know what happened? Is Rachel, this is 3 months after. That was her before. This is her 3 months after. Have a look at this.
It was about 1.5 years after I graduated from college. I was working my first job as an engineer. I was asking myself questions like, what am I giving back to the world? What is it all about? What is the meaning of life? You know, totally normal questions that one asks oneself after you buy a pair of footwear. And yes, I am still wearing that same pair of dirty, stinky Chaco sandals. Starting to think that maybe that was a pretty good deal after all. Those shoes saved my life.
Big round of applause, yeah! Oh, I love this so much. And then, you know, here's the crazy part, because I know what many of you are thinking. Oh goodness, this is too hard, Vin. There's too many modules, it's too hard. No. Listen, Rachel changed 3 things about her communication skills in those 3 months. 3 behaviors. More volume, more melody, larger body language. She changed 3 behaviors, and it completely transformed how she came across. The world no longer looks at her the same. She no longer sees the world the same. After 3 changes, 3. For Stuart, my other student, it was ums and ahs that held him back for 3 years. My friends, to completely transform your communication skills, it's not difficult. You are 3 changes away from completely transforming your life. And I'm so grateful. I was able to capture this one beautiful moment with Rachel when she kind of walked up to me all shy, and she spoke to me when I came out to our company and did a big training session for them. Look at this beautiful moment we captured.
Thank you for everything.
Oh, my pleasure.
Since the last workshop, I got a promotion.
High five! You got a promotion?
Yeah.
Oh, kick-ass!
So many people have...
How cool is this? You got a promotion! Oh, so happy for her. She got a promotion. Do you see that? She changed 3 behaviors and she kicked ass. She got a promotion. Brad didn't get the promotion, did he? No, she did. She did, sorry. So just a little bit of anger for Brad. But it's all good. I'll let that go after some therapy or something. But look, that's why I wanted to share it with you, because it's not complex. Simple changes can transform your life. And that's why I'm going to bring this up one more time. For those of you who join me, there's no risk for you. Because if you join the Stage Academy and you join my online course, first of all, and you watch a couple of hours of it and it's less than 25%, and you go, it's not for me, then I'll give you your money back. I want to make this as safe as possible for you. So then don't worry. Then it's okay. Just email my team. Again, like I said, we're not here to take something we don't deserve. We're not here to take something of yours if we haven't truly added value. So again, I just want to share this, and we're about to deep dive into Q&A. Can't wait to do Q&A. This is where we can talk about specific things. But again, I just want to share, this is what we're doing here today for those of you who just joined. This is the key things that we're doing all of 2024. So again, you've got the online course, you get lifetime access, and then you get to join me for a Stage Virtual Masterclass, which is a 1-week masterclass program. And then all through 2024, we're meeting every single month as a class, where I'm doing a Q&A every single month in 2024. So you'll be able to join me and join your classmates. It's going to be super fun together. All right. Dan, let's dive into a bit of Q&A, hey? So Dan's going to help me manage the Q&A. We've already done the winners. Fantastic. All right, Dan's going to read them out. I'm going to listen and then I'll repeat them. Okay, Laura says, how can I be less timid? So Laura, thank you for this question. Laura, when it comes to being shy, you've got to understand that shy is also a learned behavior. Shy is a series of behaviors. Being timid is a series of behaviors, right? I look at all of these things in the world of communication as just a series of behaviors. So again, if I act a certain way, I could start to make myself shy, right? So if I play a smaller version of myself, if I use a more quiet volume, if I don't give you eye contact, then all of a sudden I can also be a shy version of me. If I can turn my body away as well, right? These are a series of behaviors. Okay? So again, when you understand that there are a series of behaviors, you want to also now understand what confident is. So you kind of understand what being timid is, right? Smaller body language, right? Smaller body language, your posture is not the best often no strong eye contact, very quiet volume. Then we just need to think of, well, being confident, what behaviors are those? Well, being confident is using larger body language, standing with your feet shoulder width apart, stronger posture, right? Shoulders down and back, stronger volume when you talk. And all of a sudden now, this is a different set of behaviors that helps you come across as being more confident. Now, this is the funny thing that happens psychologically. So the first time you do this, you're not truly feeling confident because you're like, oh, I'm just going to try some behaviors. I'm just going to give it a go because Vin said it. And then what's going to happen is gradually, some people are going to say, hey, Laura, you seem really confident. And then you start to go, oh, yeah? Yeah, because I don't feel it, but that's weird, okay? And then another week later, someone kind of goes, hey, you seem really confident. Hey, you seem really confident. And then gradually, you'll be like, damn straight, I'm confident. So it's an interesting thing that psychologically occurs in that we have a series of habits now with our body and our voice. And as a result of these habits being ingrained for the last 30 years, when we talk to people, we seem a little bit shy and you know, we seem a little bit timid. So as you adopt these new behaviors, it changes the way you come across. It changes internally after a while. I mean, I don't particularly like this sentence, but people often say, fake it till you make it, right? But then I rather say, act it till you believe it. So act confident until you believe it. And often it takes a little bit of time. But again, confident posture, shoulders down and back, feet shoulder width apart, strong volume and large body language. And it helps you come across more confident. That's just something I could share with you in the time we have now. Dan, question 2, please. How do you set boundaries for people who are really irritating or annoying? Like Dan, like people like Dan, really? Okay, well, let me think about this. How do you set boundaries with people who are irritating or annoying? I think one of the most effective ways, unfortunately, it requires maybe a little confrontation, right? So it's a little confrontation. Let's say that I'm in a small virtual room, and you know, we had a few people who spammed, we had a few people who were negative. Then what I'll do is I'll set the boundary so it's really clear. So at the start of our class together, in this example, Dan said, we've got a team of moderators, and if you are saying nasty things to other people, you're being negative and you're spamming, we are going to remove you from the class. So first of all, I'll set the boundary very clear right at the start, right? Whereas during the class, let's say again, some people are doing this and I'm not kicking them out immediately. I could say, hey, Jamie. And Jamie, you weren't being annoying. I'm just picking a random name. I'll say, hey, Jamie, do you remember the rules of the class? Look, no spamming. You're not allowed to just paste things that are hateful. I'm giving you one last warning. I'm setting the boundary again, right? And I reinforce it with confidence. And if they break that boundary again, I go, Jamie, unfortunately, I'm going to have to move you from this class. Right? And if it's a conversation with someone, you can say, hey, I said to you, Jamie, we're not talking about that right now. I hope you respect me in that manner. And if they bring it up again, Jamie, I'm sorry. I feel like you're not ready to have this conversation because you're not respecting my boundaries. And I'd leave. Again, I'm rather strong with my boundaries. And I think, and this is the crazy lesson about boundaries, right? I used to think that a person that has no boundaries is the best person in the world. You know, I used to think, oh, that person knows no boundaries with their kindness. They know no boundaries with their generosity. That's just not true. The most generous people in the world have the strongest boundaries. And that's what allows them to continually be kind and continually be generous. But the person who just gives to everyone every single moment of every single day, what happens is after a while, they get bitter. They start to get bitter inside. And when you start to give more than you have, that's when you start to get angry, right? And you start to get angry at the world and you go, oh, look at that person, look what they're doing. Oh, you know, and then that's when you turn really negative, unfortunately. So I think boundaries allow us to continually be kind, continually be generous. I think that's a very powerful, powerful thing to do. So you set the boundary, reinforce, reinforce, and if they continually don't respect the boundary, I exit the conversation. Okay, next one, Dan. Oh, thank you, Dan. Thank you. Dan's writing. We love our students that are joining us. These are people who just jumped on. DKS, I love that initial. We've got Luke, Barry, we've got Boy Yoon, we've got Larry, we've got Aif, Paul, Malik. If we missed your name, sorry, but Jun, thank you for being a part of the class. I can't wait to spend time together next year. Please let me know in the chat if you're still here and you're joining me next year. Leave a fire emoji or a heart emoji and let me know that you're a part of the class. I'd love to see. Oh, Johan, Noah, look at the fires. I love all the fire emojis. So good to have you all join. Flora as well, good to see you. James, Nikki, so many of you. Oh, that's so cool. Look at all the hearts. And hey, I can't wait to see you all next year. I can't wait to spend time together. Hey, we're going to get to do a full year together. How cool is that? You're going to be able to see me grow out my beard. See that? Yeah, 6 months of nothing. Looks like bum fluff, to be honest. Actually looks like bum fluff. Dan, do we have another question? Yes. Sam Wu says, tips for a shaky voice, Vin. When I learned this one, it really blew my mind, okay? Because I used to get nervous and I used to have a shaky voice too, because as a keynote speaker, the first time I had to speak to an audience of like 5,000 people, I was freaking out. My voice was shaking, my body was shaking. And I remember telling my vocal coach this, and I said to my vocal coach, I said, hey, my voice was shaking so much. How do I stop my voice from shaking? And then she goes, your voice isn't shaking. You are shaking your voice. I was like, wait, what? What is that quantum thing you just, what is that quantum theory? What are we doing, physics? And then she kind of explained, you're the one shaking it, Vin. Right? And that's when I kind of went, oh, wow. What's causing my voice to shake isn't this mysterious thing. What's causing my voice to shake is a behavior. It's my body that's vibrating, right? And the reason why your body shakes is because when you're nervous, there's excess adrenaline in your body. And when there's excess adrenaline in your body's producing all of that adrenaline because it's fight or flight, right? Your body's getting ready to either fight or run away. So it's giving you all that adrenaline, so you've got it there ready to go. But when you're doing a presentation, you're not fighting anyone. You're not running anywhere. So the key to getting rid of the shaky voice, one of the keys, is to get rid of that adrenaline. So when you feel all that adrenaline coming in and you feel your body shaking, your voice shaking, do star jumps, right? When you do star jumps, or do a couple of squats and whatnot, do a couple of push-ups. When you exert that physical energy, it depletes your adrenaline. It gets rid of that adrenaline. And as you get rid of that adrenaline, your body starts to calm down. Your body is no longer shaking. Your voice will come through a lot more clear. I hope that helps, Sam. That helped me immensely. Yeah. No, don't do it on stage. Someone just said, do you just do that on stage? No. Do it backstage. Don't do it on stage. Because otherwise you're like, all right, everybody, we're going to do 10 star jumps to start the keynote. No, don't do that. Do it backstage. Be a pro. Next question, Dan. I need a drink of water. Sorry, who, Dan? How to avoid mumbling in public speaking. Okay. One of the main reasons why people mumble, and what was the name, Dan? How do you spell it? Okay, so Ween, okay. I can tell you this for a fact. English is my third language. So I first learnt Dijiu, which is a Chinese dialect, Osi Dijiu Nang. And then the second language I learnt was Vietnamese, Vinh là người Việt Nam, tôi là Vinh San Ấn. And then the third language I learnt was English, okay? So I had a lot of problems with mumbling, and I can tell you why. When you speak European languages or Asian languages, what tends to happen is in the European and Asian languages, you don't actually have to open your mouth a lot. You don't have to, because the language doesn't require that behavior. So for example, if I'm speaking Vietnamese, Vinh có thể nói tiếng Việt mà khỏi mở miệng nhiều. Do you notice how I don't have to move my mouth a lot? For those of you who are Vietnamese, you probably could understand me. But the reason I went through years of my life not moving my mouth a lot because the Vietnamese language and the Chinese language never required it. And then when I learned English, I now had a series of habits with my mouth that didn't require me to open my mouth. And then I had to learn a language that actually requires you to open your mouth more. But no one says that to you. So then I go through my life, I'm speaking English, and I just talk to people like this. I just don't move my mouth much because I'm going to speak Vietnamese. I don't think I have to do it, anything like that. And then I didn't understand that, oh, wow, I'm carrying all of these behaviors from the Vietnamese and Chinese language over to learning English. Whereas with English, I had to learn that, oh, with this language, English, I have to learn a new set of mouth movements. And then the moment I learned the new set of mouth movements, the mumbling stopped. So one of the most important things to realize is that often it happens in a lot of Asian cultures and also European cultures. When they speak English, they mumble a bit. It's not your fault. It's because when we're taught the English language, we weren't taught that when you speak English, you need to drop your jaw more. And then it creates more clarity. Oh, I love these questions. These are the kind of questions we're doing in Q&A every single month. And like I said, I'm going to bring in experts. We're going to learn together because I'm still a student, and I think this is really important too. To the teachers that you follow, I think one of the most important qualities of a teacher is that they forever remain a student. I think that's such an important thing. So I'm still a student as far as I'm concerned. The reason why I record these masterclasses is I send them to my mentors too, to go, hey, can you critique me? What did I do good? What did I do wrong? They're immediately going to say, you got to calm down, Ben. You got so excited, you punched yourself in the face and your glasses came off on the time. I already know what they're going to say. They're going to get 3 pages of feedback from me. All right, Dan, next question. Before I punch myself in the face again. Anonymous says, where do you get your passion? Goodness, it's going to sound so cheesy. I hope you're not lactose intolerant. I really believe in what I do. I really believe in this. The number of messages I get on social media through the content that we create, the number of emails I get from my students who are part of the Stage Academy programs, the emails I know some of you might send me after this. I truly feel blessed to be able to do what I do, but more that passion comes from the impact that I'm being able to have out there in the world. And it fuels me. Do you know what I think before I get onto these masterclasses? Before I do these, I'm sitting in the chair. Do you know what I'm thinking? I'm reframing in my mind. This is what I'm thinking. This is where the passion comes from specifically. I'm thinking, I'm fighting for the future versions of you. I'm fighting for that version of you. That version of you that isn't here right now, but you have the potential to become that person. And I just think of myself as I'm just a warrior in that war, trying to fight for that future version of you. And I have to do every single thing I humanly can from this side of the camera to fight for the future version of you that could live this incredible life filled with influence. And I have to try to somehow speak to that part of you. And the chaos of it all, how it comes out with my communication skills right now, that's kind of where that passion comes from. And when I think like that, it changes the way I teach. It changes the way I think. It changes the way I act. So much so that I almost knocked myself out. So there you go. That would be hilarious. If one day I'm just gone. Actually, it wouldn't be that funny. Funny for Dan though, he would laugh. All right, Dan. 2 more. We've got time for 2 more questions. Noor says, what should I do if I go blank during presentations? This is a really good question. You see, because so many people, they fear that the most. And one of the main reasons why they don't do presentations is because of that single fear. What if I forget what I'm going to say? What if I don't know what I'm going to say? What happens? Okay, so here's the most important thing to learn. 3 things. Number 1, when you get to a point where you're like, oh crap, I've forgotten what I'm going to say, right? In that moment, take a deep breath. Just take a deep breath. And often a deep breath is all it takes for you to relax and remember. Second thing, with that deep breath, if after you take a deep breath and it doesn't come, continue to pause. Pause for 2 to 3 seconds. So if I'm talking and I forget what I'm going to say next, I just... And then I'm going to continue with what I talk about. And you see, I gave myself 3 to 4, even 5 seconds there to think. And you're going to forget about that pause if I just keep talking now. If I just keep talking now and I don't mention anything about it, none of you will remember that I took a 4-second pause. But by giving myself that 4 seconds, often will remember it. And here's the thing too to remember. The third thing is that if you forget what you're going to say, guess what? The audience has no idea what you're going to say next. They have no idea what you're going to say next. So really, you can say whatever you want. You see what I mean? Like often we overcomplicate things. We go, oh, what if I forget what I'm going to say? The audience hasn't got your script. They've got no idea what you're going to say. So if I'm just talking right now and I go, you know what's even more important than not knowing what to say when you go blank? What's even more important? It's this other topic I want to share with you. You just switch gears and no one's the wiser. I want to add a fourth here. Add a fourth extra bit of value for you. If you don't make a big deal out of you forgetting what you're going to say, if you don't make a big deal out of it, no one else is even going to remember, let alone make a big deal out of it. So there's 4 things for you there to pragmatically be able to apply. Okay, back to you, Dan. Last one, last question we got. If they are shy and also introverted, what could they do to break out of that? Okay.
Thank you.
Baby steps. Baby steps, okay? So if you're shy, you have to remember, shy is a series of behaviors, okay? So if you're shy, maybe a baby step for you would be throughout the day tomorrow, I want you to walk with more confident posture. And maybe the week after that, you try a different behavior, speak with more volume, okay? And if you're a little introverted, try a few little baby steps as well. Next time you walk into an elevator with someone, instead of just being quiet and not talking to them, just going, hey, how's your day going? Oh, that's awesome. Hey, what are you looking forward to the most for today? Right? And you go, oh, awesome. Hey, have a good day. Take care. Some people look at that and they go, ew, I don't want to say that to a stranger. Well, then don't. But if you're trying to change a behavior, if you're trying to become more comfortable, I know that Lubeck says, nah, that's a massive step. Well, then if you want to take a smaller step, then as you're walking in public, just look at people and smile and say, morning. And then just keep walking. Take these little baby steps and start changing behaviors. Because again, being introverted, right? Some of introversion, it's a set of behaviors. And maybe the behavior that you would normally exhibit as an introvert, for some of you, is when you walk into an elevator, you don't talk to anyone. Well, you can start to shift those behaviors slowly. You can just start to wave and smile and say hi. Start with baby steps. Start with baby steps. All right. Thank you, everyone. Hey, look, can I just say a big thank you again for all of you joining us this entire time. It's been an absolute honor. It's been so nice to hang out. For us, it's a Friday night. It's about 8 p.m. for us now. So Dan and I are about to jump off and have dinner together. Don't really want to have dinner with him, but I'm stuck having dinner with him. Gosh, Dan's so annoying. No, I love Dan. Let's give Dan lots of love in the chat. I can't do these without Dan. So thank you, Dan. Really appreciate you doing this with me every time, brother. Thank you. Dan, come over here and say thanks, everyone. Just wave to everyone over here. Come on, come over here. Come on, come over here. Come over here. Oh, sorry, it's Thursday. Sorry, it's Thursday. All right, Dan. So, and do you want to say a couple of words? And you've already said enough, Dan. You've already said enough at the start of the day. This is not your show. This is the Ving Ghiang show. So, hey, everyone, take care. Look after yourselves. Love the laughing emojis. Love the hearts. Lots of love to you all. Tag me on social media. I'll share your posts. Look after yourselves, guys. And I really am excited to meet all of my students next year for 2024. We are doing the whole of 2024 together. Are you excited or what? Because I am. Can't wait to see you all next year. Bye for now.